Hello.
Hello,
Hey, Crystal.
how are you?
Oh, just peachy keen. Anybody else here yet? Or
I'm
Yes.
here. I'm here.
Lori, me, and Jim are here.
see?
We good?
Yep.
Yeah,
Jean's not coming.
yeah, no.
So 7:01 meeting started. And let me just get my agenda up. Okay, everybody here, state your name. Lee Wessler's here.
Crystal Adams is here.
Jordan Stern is here.
Jim Kading is here.
Good. Grace is here.
Jason is connecting,
Okay.
and he's connected. Okay. We don't have any alternates to see because Jim is now a full member.
Yay.
Taking which one left? Grace, was it Beth or Pam?
Pam.
Pam left. Okay.
Pam left, and well, I haven't gotten technical notice yet. Have you?
Well, I told at the meeting last
Yeah,
week, I
I
told
know.
Chandler.
Yeah, so that
So-
would have been,
It has, yeah.
it has to go to the Board of Selectmen meeting and then
Oh.
Christine
There
will
you
write
go.
the letter and you'll get a copy of that in the mailbox.
Okay, then Jim, you're an alternate who's being seated.
It's an honor.
Okay, it's an honor. Yeah. Okay. Anyone have a chance to look at the minutes, and is there a motion to approve?
Okay, we need to approve it, guys.
Lisa is joining us. This is Crystal Adams
I
speaking.
wasn't there.
Does anyone have any questions?
I'll move to approve.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Jim made motion. Do I hear a second?
A second, even though I wasn't there.
Okay, Jordan seconds. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none. All in
Okay.
favor, wave your hand. Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? Okay. There's no public here to participate, so we move on to treasurer's report. Anything change, Grace?
No, not at all. We still have $1,744 in the budget, and our special is sitting at $2,193.22.
Okay. Any questions for our treasurer? Okay. Any communications?
I received an update booklet from Connecticut Land Conservation Council, but
Okay.
other than that, nothing, no.
Okay. Crystal, any communications?
I didn't check the mailbox.
Okay. So moving on to old business. The DRC, Gene's not coming, but the DRC did meet, I think Grace, you forwarded
Yeah.
to everybody? Okay,
Yes, I did.
So I can read, does anyone have any questions? If not, I'll read the recommendations of the subcommittee. So just to refresh, we reviewed a land swap. There's a town-owned parcel that actually the committee reviewed many, many years ago that's landlocked. And for the life of us, we really couldn't think of any value to the town. But local farmer who abuts the land wants to trade it for land that he has behind the elementary school, kind of abutting the golf course, and there's a little strip going down to the Roseland Road. So our recommendations were the Conservation Commission supports this land swap with a strong recommendation that a conservation easement is placed on the parcel we're getting, stipulating the land cannot be developed for uses other than agricultural or forestry purposes. Actually, that may be the parcel we're giving away. Let's see. No, it's a parcel we're getting. Recognizing that it takes a significant investment of time and careful management to develop healthy soils for farming. And as a Connecticut soil health champion, Lucas Young, that's the farmer, has been using those practices on another parcel. The Conservation Commission strongly recommends the town enter into a long-term lease agreement to allow Valleyside Farm to continue to farm on the parcel we're picking up. The town should consider placing a conservation easement on the parcel we're giving away to assure that it's maintained as open space in perpetuity, understanding nothing lasts through perpetuity. Both parcels may need to be surveyed to determine the boundaries, especially the one on Rosen Park Road, where the frontage piece is not represented on the GIS maps. And actually, Chandler sent me a revised copy of the parcel. But we thought it was a win-win situation. The town's giving up a landlocked parcel that we had no use for. It's going to be made into farmland, and the parcel we're getting, we can also maintain farmland. But we get a long-term lease with the farmer who's going to take care of it. So are there any questions, or we need approval that the full committee agrees with the subcommittee's recommendations? Are there any comments or questions, or anyone want to make a motion?
Sounds good to me.
Is that a motion?
I make a motion to approve,
There we go.
I'll second
but
it.
I'm not, I wasn't at the meeting, so.
Yeah, I understand.
That's all right.
We're the subcommittee presents it to the full committee, and that's, if you want more details, it should be in your email. But what I gave you was kind of the summary.
Okay,
So Lisa makes motion. Who seconded?
I second Jordan.
Jordan said, okay. Is there any further discussion? In that case, all in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed to the proposal? Any abstentions? Good. Okay. Let me get my agenda back.
Now, Lee,
Yes.
will go in writing to the Board of Selectmen.
Well, it's part of it'll be in our minutes, and our
Yes.
minutes go to the, are available for the Board of Selectmen.
And, all right.
Okay, next is open space and land acquisition. Crystal? Anything from open space?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, as I was saying, we met last week. We just did some normal, setting our calendar and budget. I gave a date on the Open Space and Watershed Land Acquisition Grant Program. That had opened, and we had identified a parcel of land that would qualify, possibly, but then I spoke to Andy from Wyndham Land Trust, and he said he'd approached those owners a couple of times, and they were not interested in doing anything with that particular piece of land. So with this particular grant program, it really works well when you have a piece all ready to go. And then you apply for this grant that had opened up 2 months ago.
Okay, any questions for Crystal? You know, it looks like Maura joined us from the wide open forest and,
She tried to join
By
earlier,
water.
but it didn't, she didn't connect, so.
okay,
Okay.
she's here and she's in the woods.
I was
Um,
sorry, I was in, and then
choking.
my battery died, so
Okay.
my computer shut off, so now I'm back in.
Okay. Oh, I failed to mention chairperson's report, nothing to report. P and Z, there was nothing in their minutes that, other than what we did. Germaine Toss, Grace Ag Commission,
Nothing concerning us.
okay. Jim, anything stewardship wise? Probably not in the winter, huh?
Nothing yet, but I did get list from Grace and another one from Jean, so at least the beginnings, I have to look at it, see what we have so far and what the next steps are.
Thanks. Okay. Jean's not here for Pollinator Pathway. Crystal, anything updating Sustainable Connecticut? Can't hear you. Crystal?
I'm shouting,
Okay, now we hear you.
yeah, I have nothing, I'm speaking in the same tone.
Okay, we couldn't hear you before. Okay, anyone else, anything old business? So moving on. Well, actually, we can include this in old business. So with the Eversource, yeah, it was something to report. We were
Yes.
Grace and I and Jim were at Kakiwick. And Jim wasn't in this talk. There was a talk on waterways. There were three talks. Oh, actually, Jason was there too. Me, Grace, and Jason were at the table. And the last talk was on riparian buffers and how there's really no state law protecting the riparian buffers. And then it was Q&A, and I took the microphone and I told them the story of Woodstock and Eversource and how they mishandled our riparian buffer. And you know, I said everybody should be warned, that this can happen, and it would be nice to have legislation to actually have something to protect the riparian buffer. And I went up after the talk and I introduced myself to the speaker, who is a point person. She doesn't work for Eversource, but she's like an advisor for Eversource. So she saw my face and I got her info. But when I got back to the table, there was an actual Eversource employee who wanted to take all the information down. And, he was aghast. And, so hopefully we have a friend at Eversource, so nothing like this can happen again.
Don't hold your breath.
I know, but I got two allies at least.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So which brings us to the new business, the workshop. So the four of us were at this workshop. As always, it was great. I did two on climate change and the last one on the waterways. Jason, was that your first one, Jason?
It was, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I mean, it was a ton of information. Very interesting seminar or talk on invasive plants. And the first thing I was in was more geared towards inland wetland, really, than conservation. It was, or even like like the opening remarks, like the series of cases for inland wetland. I was super interesting. So I don't know, it's like, how can I put this stuff to use? But I learned the whole time that I was there.
Yeah. It's a good learning experience. A
any-
lot of good booths to check out. Jim,
Anything you
I'm
can
sorry.
share with us, Jason? Specifically?
Well,
I'd have
Lee
to think
did,
about it.
okay, and Lee also sent copies of, from the workshop, which everybody should have gotten, which was very interesting. That was the one we both were at.
I'll
Yeah.
have a look.
Actually,
so
it
it-
should have been that day, because you
Yeah,
sent it from there.
yeah, it outlines like responsibilities of Conservation Commission, and
Yes.
so it's just a really good outline of, what's expected from a committee like ours.
Hmm.
So, Jim, any words of wisdom from what you learned there?
No, it was great. I enjoyed it. I went to the same two that they mentioned on the climate change. And then the third was on the
Bird Atlas.
bird survey, bird
Yeah.
atlas, yeah, which was really interesting.
Grace,
Yeah.
did you like it?
As always, I do, I think we have a lot went a lot more into depth as to what conservation commissions can and should do, because we are merely advisory. So I thought that was good, because people forget that. And unfortunately, of course, inland wetlands is regulatory. So there's some confusion, because there are still some towns that inland wetlands and conservation are one and the same.
Yeah.
But I still believe that it's a decent conference to go to, and I'm sorry that more of you could not attend.
And the food is good.
Oh my God,
That's true. Yeah.
it was good. Yes. There's a conference that Chandler Paquette forwarded me, March 19th and 20th.
yeah.
At Connecticut College.
Mhm.
There's a 2-day workshop on urban forest
yeah.
council. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
And that's nice, because it's close enough that, it's less than an hour away.
yeah, that's where my daughter went.
Uh-huh.
So there's presentations, discussion, networking, and workshops on urban forestry and tree health. So, keep that in mind, everybody.
Yeah.
Anyone else have any conferences or that they either attended or know are upcoming?
I'm not a conference, but I did find out that I got accepted to the Yukon Master Gardener program. So
Oh, good.
I'll be
cool.
doing that January through April.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, which brings us to open discussion. We're moving along quick. Lisa, you have anything to?
No, I actually don't. I'm down in New Zealand now, but I'm
Yeah, I was
trying
about to ask you.
Yeah.
So what time is it?
It's a little after 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
okay.
that's not
So-
bad. Yeah.
We are a day ahead, so it's already Tuesday, but we're 6 hours earlier.
So can you give
So-
me any stock tips that I can do
No,
tomorrow?
thank
Since
God
you're in the
I don't.
future,
That's right.
Or-
It's a
yeah.
nice day. Tomorrow
give me
is a
the
good
lotto
day.
numbers.
But I'm not part of the Conservation Commission here. But we are part of what they call the Sustainability Center, which is all things about sustainability, saving food, and we work with a group in our valley to eradicate invasives. And there are a lot of invasives. Some might say that Jeff and I are on that list because New Zealand is a very pleasant place. And so not just humans, but plants like to live here too. And so there's an ongoing effort to weed and eradicate and to plant natives, which we're part of here. So anyway, I'm trying to be a good member and tune in, even though I'm a bit of, I guess I'm not that effective now that I'm this far away, but.
No, your words of wisdom are
Yeah.
a blessing for this committee.
Thank you, all of you who are there on the ground, boots on the ground.
I just went dark. Okay, Jim.
No, I wish I could say I were in New Zealand, but I'm not.
Come on down.
Nothing
Go to
else.
Australia.
Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Jordan. Okay. Crystal.
No.
Grace.
No,
Wow. Maura.
yeah.
I will probably have an update at the next meeting for the Dirt Roads project, but I'm not gonna comment now because I'm still working on things, so.
Okay. Do you want us to include it in all business for next month? The minutes?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I
Or
thought
the
it was-
agenda?
I
Okay.
thought it was gonna be going forward because it is gonna be probably long-term, so
Okay. We'll have that a recurring subject.
thank you.
Does anyone else have anything? We're making record time. Anything else for of course, Jean's not here, but helps with record time.
I
So-
think there's a correlation there.
I know.
Yes,
I'm gonna graph it. Anything else for the good of the order?
No.
Okay.
Just one thing, our
Yes.
next meeting is actually, it's the 23rd, which is the day before Christmas Eve. Are we all right with that? It's Monday. That's where we're scheduled, so,
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yep.
okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, anyone else have anything for the good of the order? And if not, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second, Mara.
Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Everybody have a
you.
great Thanksgiving.
Yep.
You too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Okay.
Hey,
Bye-bye.
take care.